Hello and welcome to the October 29th, 2025 Storj Town Hall. Today, your speakers will be myself, John Gleeson, Chief Business Development Officer for Storj, and
I'm Colby Winegar, the Chief Executive Officer.
this town hall is an extension of our overall commitment to transparency. In addition to these town halls that we do quarterly, we have, of course, our open source code available on GitHub, our public roadmap also available on GitHub. We have our public forum and blog at forum.storj.io, and our quarterly token reports that are published on storjtoken.com. We provide live network stats at stats.storjshare.io, and that enables a lot of projects like our community reports at storjnet.info and storjstats.info, dashboards created, maintained, and published by our community. We publish DEI reports just to show how we're making a difference, and also our sustainability initiatives and the impact that our distributed network that consumes underutilized resources around the world has on the environment. Just letting you know, in terms of forward-looking statements, this presentation contains forward-looking statements and information relating to Storj's product, network, and business. These statements are based on information currently available to the company with respect to future events, which are subject to unknown material risks and uncertainties that may cause our actual results or performance to be materially different from those contained in the forward-looking statements. This information should not be relied upon in making purchases or other decisions. The development, release, and timing of any features or functionality described in our products remains at the sole discretion of Storj Labs. With that, let me turn it over to Colby for an executive update.
Thank you, John. During our last town hall, we discussed how we were in the middle of a fundraise, and so we want to give an update on that. As you know, as you've seen in the news, we have a really big update about that. So last week we announced that we have been acquired by Invenium Capital Partners. So a huge milestone for the company. We are super excited about this announcement. We feel very lucky to get to this point as a company because we feel like it's the best thing for the Storj community. We feel like it's the best thing for equity holders, feel like it's the best thing for employees, for just all of the participants that are related to Storj. And so as we were doing the fundraising process, we were certainly focused on fundraising. And then we ran across this opportunity with Invenium where they were initially interested in making an investment in Storj along with other investors. But as they learned more about the business, they got more excited about us and eventually just wanted to buy the whole thing. And comparing that to the other options, there were some other options that started to explore an acquisition. This was the best one that we felt like was the best for everybody involved in Storj. So so grateful to get this milestone. It's just a signifies all of the hard work that's gone into this and the value that's been created over almost a decade here at Storj. So it's for everybody that's listening, thank you for all the help you put in to help us get here. And we're there, but this isn't the end, right? We're continuing, and we're still excited about what we have going forward. So let us take a second to give you an overview of who Invenium is, so you can better understand who our new parent company will be. It is a privately held company. I like to explain that they are looking to be kind of a New York Stock Exchange for private market assets. And in order to do that, they have to use some of the latest technologies in order to do that. They have to use a decentralized architecture. They have to leverage AI. And those tools now that enable the privatization of these market assets and making them tradable in a way that wasn't possible before. They have an amazing group of partners like TD Bank and G42, and so they have a incredible backing at the company, and they're an incredible group of people as well. We've loved the interactions that we've had, so really excited about having the opportunity to work with them. The funny story is that John, where did you meet them, John?
At Satoshi Roundtable in Dubai.
Yeah. Can you tell that story of meeting them? That's pretty fun.
Yeah, so I met Pat O'Mara, the Invenium CEO, in an elevator at Satoshi Roundtable, and I gave him the elevator pitch for Storj because we were there really actively looking for Web3 fundraising people. So I gave him the elevator pitch in an elevator, and ended up spending a lot of time with Patrick and with a number of other people on his team, and they were really excited about what we had, and the more we learned about Invenium, it just really seemed to be, a great fit from a technology perspective, from a vision perspective, and especially from a people and values perspective, right? Just really something that both sides of us could get excited about. And the great thing is that we continue building Storj as a decentralized infrastructure as a service, and that really gets to power the application stack that Invenium is developing, both for a data marketplace and ultimately the decentralized marketplace for the systematic trading of real world assets. And so this is a huge growth opportunity for the Storj network, and also an absolutely incredible market opportunity with what the total stack brings to market.
Yeah, I really liked when we would meet with their technical team, and when they dive deeper on our technology, they would explain how excited they were about the tech we had, and that it would enable them to do things that they couldn't do with anybody else, right? And so they really valued, more than what we've seen from others, what they could see the technology and why it was so unique.
Yeah, and they're doing some amazing things with AI, and really, what they're doing and the infrastructure they need, and sort of what we have and the unique aspects to our encryption kit, really just it's a perfect fit. I couldn't be any more excited about the opportunity.
Yeah. And last week we were at a conference in Abu Dhabi called Agentic, which was hosted by Invenium as well as Mantra. Invenium has a strong relationship with Mantra, and so we were there where they were talking about real world assets, and a lot of their partners were on stage. It was a 2-day event. And I was so impressed with the partners that they had attend this event, right? G42 had multiple representatives. TD Bank was there, Sharuk, and actually Boosty Labs, which is fun to see Victor there, right? We've been there with him since the beginning. And so it showed you the strong relationships they have in this space, especially with some of these like G42, one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world, hundreds of billions of dollars, just incredible balance sheet. So great to see that they have these kind of relationships.
Yeah, and it's great to see also that these types of organizations are equally excited about the opportunity, and it's really validating in terms of what the overall potential of this relationship is.
Yeah, while we were there, they also announced one of their new businesses called Dial, DIOL. And so you can go to their website and see that at diol.io. And so Storj will be very closely related to that business. They basically take this decentralized marketplace concept, and we're focusing on enabling their customers to get access to valuable data, and of course storage and compute go along with that, and that's why they saw us as a good addition to their company.
So really excited about where that's going, and again, it's just really focused on that huge market opportunity that we've got together. Really pursuing one of the biggest and fastest growing markets out there with the cloud markets and data markets, and in two of its biggest and fastest growing segments, media entertainment and financial services, with a unique solution that's providing better performance, security, and economics than the hyperscalers. And when you look at, Amazon had a very large outage 2 weeks ago. Azure had one this week. And we're really starting to see that the traditional cloud architectures have these single points of failure that are tremendous weak points. And, the Amazon outage impacted, a wide range, even of blockchain, blockchains themselves, because so many of the nodes were run on AWS services. And so it really shows the benefit of decentralized and distributed architectures like ours, where um, we're we're largely immune from that category of failure. Um, and so with that resiliency and that performance and that structural advantage over the incumbents, it really demonstrates the powerful economics at scale and the network effect you can have. And I was actually surprised and delighted this week. I hadn't really looked at the size of the network in a while, and I just people would ask how big's the network, and I'd say, oh, it's like 23,000 nodes in 106 different countries, and they'd say, wow, that's a lot. And then I looked back this week, and Colby had pulled up the most recent stats. It was 29,000 nodes in 106 different countries, and just that growth just continues to scale up with demand. And we have a compelling business. We have a fantastic financial model. Margins have just been improving at a fantastic rate this year. And it's just a great team that's been pulling that together. We have traction, we have product market fit, and that rapid revenue growth just continues. And we're so excited to sort of take this same model and now be part of such a bigger team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's exciting to see all the growth in the market, and it continues to grow at that 20 to 30% year over year growth rate. So super excited to be a part of that. I remember a year ago when we bought Valda, we wondered if the A market was going to be this flash in the pan, but if anything, it's accelerating. It's phenomenal to see the headlines that come out almost every other day about the massive deals that are going on in this market. So we're very excited about taking advantage of the growth that's going on in this space. We still believe in our decentralized concept, where there will still be underutilized assets, whether in storage or compute, that we can take advantage of. And that we think we're in the best position to be able to harvest those assets and make those available and be able to disrupt this market. As John said earlier, that not only do we have that capability, but we're seeing some of the hyperscalers struggle with their ability to stay online. We think that as others get more familiar with their technology and experience our performance, they'll see that we can perform at have better performance in both durability and availability. And it's also exciting to see that we can show that we can have faster performance while even being more economical. So we continue to play in a very attractive market. So let's go over some of the accomplishments we had in Q3. We did, as many of you saw, we did introduce new pricing tiers. The focus of this was just to make it more simple, so that when you make the buying process simple for customers, it makes the buying process faster and accelerates growth. So really listen to our customers, listen to our partners in the channel, and wanted to give them a solution that's easier to sell and more attractive to our customers. We also launched V1 of Object Mount. So we've been talking about Object Mount for a while, and now we're at generally available release of that, and excited about the other version that's coming that's takes it up to a whole other level. We also launched Production Cloud. Excuse me. We launched Production Cloud, which is a combination of Object Mount and Storj, and puts those in a bundle that makes it also easier for customers to buy that product. We've seen that we want to, when we talk to our customers in the channel, they want to buy solutions that solve their problems. And so when we bundle those together into Production Cloud, mostly focused on M&E, it makes it easier for them to see why they want that product and how they use it, and makes it easy to buy what they need. And then lastly, we also launched Storj Compute, so that can allow customers to have the compute needs they have when we bundle that with Production Cloud. We've seen in M&E use cases, it's a great solution for them to, for example, set up a virtual machine and have the compute along with Production Cloud to use in their M&E workflows.
And it's been really interesting to see sort of the adoption, particularly on those last two, right? The Production Cloud, where it's just it's a package that is designed to provide a set of capabilities and a price point for post-production workloads in M&E that is just unequaled anywhere else in the market. And the adoption of that has been great. But then the pull on the Storj Compute, along with that use case, and honestly, from people who just, sort of looked at their current Amazon footprint and just never considered that there might be an option that was an order of magnitude cheaper, but delivered that same set of capabilities for compute. And so we're really excited about the interest and the adoption, and um, happy to share more for anybody who sees this and wants to try some of these great capabilities.
Great. So to move on, we want to share a success story that we've had recently, and then we'll move on to the token update. I know we've talked about Vivint before, but we wanted to bring them up again because when we first got the business with Vivint, that was about a year ago, and it was our largest customer at the time. It was a big step up in our capabilities to service them, and they're our big customer too because they're the second largest home security company in the U.S. That might be a little outdated, but they have renewed their contract with us this year, and I think that's super telling of the performance of our technology. There were many other bidders that wanted that business, but we won that out for the portion that we earned because we had very strong performance with them. Like they always appreciated that we could give them quick answers to anything that they had questions to, and performed really well with their customers on giving them fast download speeds and durable and reliable performance. And so I think that is just we're actually storing quite a bit more data than we did when we started a year ago. And so that's just an indication of what this technology can do for a large enterprise customer like Vivint.
Yeah, and it's sort of, interesting and exciting that we can offer the level of service that we do at a price point that's so much lower price than Amazon, that almost, customers have to give it a try. They have to suspend disbelief that a decentralized or distributed service like this could actually be that good. And you can win business from Amazon by simply being, at 6 figures a month lower cost or more, right? I mean, you can be very impactful to somebody's bottom line, but if you can't deliver the service, you're not going to continue trying to get that business. And this renewal really is an indication that not only can we provide superior economics, but we can rise to meet the incredible demands of a service like millions of Vivint cameras recording to the cloud on a monthly basis, and deliver it with excellent service and an excellent experience.
Great, thanks. All right, so now we want to give a token update and follow on with some information we gave last time.
Yeah. So previously, we announced that we were going to initiate a buyback program as part of a longer term initiative to introduce a staking mechanism into our service. And so our primary announcements is we have started the buyback process. And so as part of our token report, you can read about the amounts in the wallets and see with the same transparency we always provide our progress on that. And then if you continue to watch with our community and our announcements, we'll continue to communicate the updates as we get to sort of the design and implementation stages of the staking mechanism. But it's really here for us to find yet another way for us to thank and reward the participants in our network who make our great service possible.
And to conclude, we do have a few marketing events that are coming up in the fourth quarter. So if you are around any of those, please come say hi. We just actually went to NAB New York, which was a large media show on the East Coast. And then GTC is happening this week, a large compute conference. And Supercompute is going to be in St. Louis in November. So a lot of exciting events, not as many as in a typical quarter. Fourth quarter is a little bit slower, but those are the events we'll be attending in the near future. So thank you all so much for listening to this town hall. We again appreciate everyone that's participated in the Storj community and the progress over the years. A huge milestone this last week with being acquired, but we continue to move forward with the protocol and the business, and continue to be excited about working with our customers, our node operators, and everyone that's involved in the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.